pay homage to the Buddha by reciting Namo Tassa 3 times. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Okay, good afternoon for everybody. We have studied before about Citta, Cetasika and extra some more classification of Citta and Cetasika. Do you remember that? Okay. Today, now I'm going to explain fourth chapter of Abhidhamma Sangha. It's we call Vīthi chapter. Vīthi means thought process, Citta process. Now you want to know how we understand Citta process according to the object, according to the door, according to the your own experience. Okay. First of all, before start to Citta process, you want to know 6 kind of 6 things. There are 6 sixes. You can see in the board also 6 bases, 6 doors, 6 objects, 6 type of consciousness, 6 process and 6-fold presentation of object. It is very important. What are the 6 bases? Now we already know before someone. Do you remember? Yes. Eye base, ear base, nose base, tongue base, body base and heart base. Because of the base, we can say the door. Eye door. Eye base is called eye door. Ear base is called ear door. Same way, nose door, tongue door, body door and different. Heart base cannot say mind door. Mind door is bhavanga. Mind door is called bhavanga consciousness, bhavanga mind. Okay? Later you can understand. But do you have the base? But without object cannot become door. Because the base and object, eye base become the eye door. Because why? The eye consciousness arising in the eye base. Now you want to know what are the 6 objects. Color object, sound, smell, taste, tangible and Dhamma object. Mental object. So Dhamma object. But I already explained before, there are 5 and 6 type of Dhamma object. Sometimes consciousness also become Dhamma object. mental factors also Dhamma object. And all form, Rupa also become Dhamma object. Panyati, concept also Dhamma object. Nibbana also Dhamma object. Okay? Six types of consciousness. Eye consciousness, ear, nose, tongue, body and mind consciousness. Six process. Now you know the meaning of the process. Vīthi. It's called straight, line, road, etc. But this is called here mind process or sense of process. It's called Vīthi. Now according to the Do and Six cognitive process are divided into two groups. Now there are two groups. Fido process and Mindo process. Fido is Eye-do process, ear-do process, nose-do process, tongue-do process, body-do process. They are five-do process. It's called. Mind-do process is mind-do. Or according to the consciousness, the cognitive process are eye consciousness process, Cakkudvara Vīthi. Now, if you want to know the eye process, there are how many conditions to arise eye process, eye consciousness process? There are how many conditions? 4. The same, no? Before we already studied. How many conditions? How many causes to arise eye consciousness? Same way, there are 4 conditions, 4 causes to arise eye consciousness process. Chakku pasada, eye sensitivity. Rūpārammana, visible object. Āloka, light. Manasikara is attention. Okay? Only eye consciousness, eye consciousness only arising in the eye base, not other, not anywhere, no other consciousness also. How many consciousness arising in the eye base? Yeah, 1 or 2. 1 or 2. With the one moment, only one consciousness. The one of the resultant of the unwholesome eye consciousness, one of the resultant of the wholesome consciousness. How many consciousness arise in the ear base? There are also 2. Same way, in the nose base also 2 consciousness. In the tongue base also 2. In the body base also 2. In the heart base, how many consciousness arising? Yeah? Yeah. But can say 79 minus 10. But if you want to know the detail, it's also better. Because every consciousness not arise in the heart base, especially except 4 resultant of immaterial jhana. Immaterial jhana. Immaterial world don't have any base, no? Only mentality, no rupa. Especially except for immaterial resultant consciousness. The Romanian, how many? How in Romanian? 75, no? Yeah, 75. Because the 89 minus 10, 79 minus 4, 75. But this way, where is the heart base can arise maximum how many? This is also difficult to explain. Why? According to human heart base and Deva's heart base, they are different. And the Brahma's heart base also different. Why? But we are human, we can practice the highest, all our consciousness, we can practice. But we have the example, the ordinary one of the meditator, he can develop all our mundane wholesome consciousness. And one day he can reach to the super mundane wholesome also. Okay? Why? But he is still living in the human world. Because of that, 5 types of fine material resultant consciousness and 4 types of especially 5 types of fine material resultant consciousness and 4 types of immaterial resultant consciousness never ever arising. Because why? Example myself. I am rebirth in the human world. My birth linking mind moment is one of the sensual plane, one of the sensual plane consciousness. Because of that, I cannot get the highest resultant mind. But someone reborn in the Brahma world, example, Brahma world, sometime they cannot practice lower wholesome. Sometime they cannot practice a lower wholesome. Example, someone reborn in the 4th jhana plane, some Brahma. But they cannot practice the one of the 8 the sensual plane consciousness, one of the wholesome, because we are always doing dana or keeping sila, etc. But they also cannot practice all our wholesome. That's why the different heart base associating for different the mano-viññāna mind consciousness. But anyway, it is not important now. But roughly you can understand how many consciousness arising in the heart base. It's enough. 75 consciousness. But now you have not everywhere cannot appear the all our consciousness. This is important. So the same way for the ear consciousness also, how many conditions, how many causes? For the ear, for ear consciousness process, there are also 4. What are the 4? Sotappasada, Saddha, Akasa space, attention is manasikara. Now you know the attention meaning, no? Attention means Panchadvara Vajjana mind. 5 to adverting consciousness is called attention mind. 5 to adverting consciousness. Without help, without supporting of 5 to adverting consciousness cannot appear I consciousness or other 5 consciousness. Always must take help from the 5 to adverting consciousness. Okay, later when we are starting the process, we can understand. The same way, there are 4 conditions to arise nose-door process. What are the 4? Yeah. Gahana pasada, gandharamana, vayu dhatu, wind element, attention. Yes. Same way, how many causes to arise tongue-door process? What are the 4? Yes. Prasaramana, water. Yeah, water element, apo, attention. For the body consciousness. For the body consciousness. Yes. Kaya pasada, pottabha, ramana, tangible object. What's the tangible means? How many elements are there? 3. What are the 3? Patavi, Tejo and Vayu. But when you are touching, you always feel the one of the 3 element, one of 3 element characteristic of element. Okay? And attention. For the mind process, it's a little bit important. The heart base, Hadevatu, and mental object, Dhammaramana, the Bhavanga, and attention. Okay. Now according to the human realm and Brahma realm, Deva realm, it is right. But according to the immaterial world, no more heart base. But there is also arising mind process. They also have mind process, but no heart base. There are 3 conditions. Okay, you should keep your mind. For the immaterial world, only 3 conditions, except heart base. Except immaterial world, others everywhere we have 4 conditions. Heart base important. Without heart base, cannot appear the mind process in our life. But nowadays, according to the science, they say that the brain is very important to produce the mind process. They always, I heard some people always think that the brain is the main organ of the human. Yeah, but according to Abhidhamma philosophy, we can understand the not the brain. Brain is important, the part of our human world. It's true, but not for the mind process. For the mind process, important for the heart base. Now the nearly dead moment, some unconsciousness, they are always checking according to the human part, hand or but still heart is beating. Means but the brain not working. No anymore working. The brain. But still heart working. Means heart base is important for the human work to arise mind to process. Okay, another thing is bhavanga. Also important. Why? Now we know for the five-door process, we are always explaining base and object. We know clearly. But between the base and object, we need another extra supporter. So for the eye-door process, light. Without light, we cannot see clearly anything. But without space, cannot appear the ear-door process. Must need the space, some blockage. But without wind, cannot appear the nose-door process. Without weight, without water element, cannot appear the tongue-door process. Without earth element of the body transfusion kalapa. Body transfusion kalapa. Without earth element of the body transfusion kalapa, the body kamabon kalapa cannot appear the body door process. Same way, between heart base and mental object, they have another supporter, it's bhavanga. Why? The mental object always taken from the bhavanga. Always taken from the bhavanga. That's why bhavanga is called mind-do. One word. Manodvara uchyati bhavanga. Mind-do is called bhavanga. Always we are taking the object from the bhavanga. Example now, especially meditator. Okay? You want to focus on your own breath. But at that time you already closed your five door, already closed. But when you focus in the breath, automatically mind taking a different kind of object, good or bad. It is at that time from where coming those are objects. Cannot not coming from the eye or ear, nose, coming from the mind. No. This object taken from the bhavanga. This is a bhavanga must import. This is an important condition to arise the mind process. Next one, attention. This attention, what's this attention mind? Manodvara vachana. Mind-do adverting consciousness, not the five-do adverting. It's called mind-do adverting consciousness. Manodvara vachana mind. Please write down, please mark. For the mind-do process, the last one is attention. Attention is, it's called mind-do adverting consciousness. Later, when you are starting the process, you can understand. Just you mark now. Okay. Now you know that there are conditions. How many conditions to arise any of process? The next one, sixfold presentation of object. This is only for called Citta Vīthi. Only for Citta process, this object. Not for other way, not other. Only for Citta process. And for the five-door process, 5-door process, there are 4 objects. 4 objects. 4 presentation of objects. Ati Mahantaramana, very great object. Number 2, Mahantaramana, great object. Number 3, Paritaramana, slight object. Number 4, Ati Paritaramana, very slight. Now, but here look like, according to English, according to Pali also, very great means very big object. The great means the not so big, not so small, like middle. The Parita means very small, very silent. The Ati Parita very, very, very small. This is the meaning of the word. But now, according to the eye, now we are thinking, we are going to check the meaning of the object, not according to the size of the object, not according to the color, according to not the other way, but according to our eye base. Ear, nose, tongue, body, then your eye base is going to check the color object. Sometimes color object very clear, very clear. Very clearly can see. And that it's called, we call very great object. Why? Because of the clear object can produce 17 mind movement continuously. It's we call very great object. One more thing. Sometimes they have the many kind of color object here, but you are not familiar. Very new for you. At that time, they take time to decide which color, which one. At that time also, those are objects cannot be very great. Sometimes great, sometimes light. But someone very familiar the object, very familiar object, what we are going to see. Immediately you can say, oh, this is this one, you can recognize. At that time, those are objects very great. Why? 17 mind movement can arise. Those are the object. Anyway, when arising the 17 mind movement, according to one object, is called very great object. Okay? Sometimes, after 1 or 2 bhavanga, past bhavanga. For example, I should not familiar these flowers, but I want to know. But look like rose. But they take time. But I can recognize the one by one color. This is maybe the pink color, maybe the red, maybe yellow color. So I can recognize. But after when you combine all the color, then later I can recognize that this is this flower, the name of the flowers. So this way, sometime after 2 bhavanga, start to take the object. At that time, can produce only 15 mind movement. The 15 mind movement is called great object. Great object. But sometimes the light very dim. Maybe the light very dim at that time cannot see clearly object. And then also can arise the Citta process. But maybe after 5 bhavanga or after 12 bhavanga, start with object. If you call slight object or very slight object. But this also we can understand later. This is a brief meaning. But important thing here, very great, great, slight, very slight. Meaning not according to the property, not according to the size of the property. According to the, you are taking the object. Sometimes sound listening the sound. Someone can listen very clearly. This is also great object. Sorry, very great object. Sometimes cannot listen clearly. Maybe the slight or very slight object. The sound become slight or very slight object. But now here with the big audience, okay, or your all audience, but without mic, I want to talk. Who are the nearer to me? He can listen very clearly. Who is still far from me? He cannot listen clearly. But my object, but my same sound, but different people are taking a different way. This is a very great, slightly very slight. This is a different of the between four. Okay? Sure?
Okay, so it's not based on the size, but based on the impact.
Yes.
Basically.
Sure. Impact.
So in the example you given, a rose. If I show a rose, everybody sees this as a rose.
Yes.
They register the object.
Yes.
And the elements of it.
Sure.
But suppose I show you a very exotic flower from another country.
Yes.
You don't have a name of it. You've not seen it.
Yes.
You can see the shape of it. The
Yes.
elements of it.
But you cannot recognize the name.
Yeah, you don't recognize the name and
Yeah.
you don't know what to call it.
Yes.
So in this situation,
Yeah.
how many conditions are met? The four conditions.
Yeah, four conditions there. Four
They are
conditions.
met.
There are four conditions. Because now we
There's
know.
no registering. Though.
Yeah. Yes. Because why? This is a four condition. Why this is the object. This is base here.
Yes.
They have light. I have attention.
Yes.
But I don't have the previous experience. But I never seen before.
Yes.
That's why they take time to recognize. But he can see the color, size, all nothing can understand. But exact name cannot say.
Yeah.
Because usually when the object impact to our eye base, this is a way to understand the great or very great object.
Okay, so in this instance, all the four conditions are met.
Sure.
I cannot register the name.
Yeah.
But so in this instance, you will say this is maybe a great or a slight object.
Yeah. Actually, when you see the color, this is a very great object. If you can see the clear color, it's a very great object. Okay. If you can see very clearly the size or the shape, this is a very great object. Because why? Name is coming the last.
Yeah, the name is
Last. Because after between the 17 mind movement, we cannot take exactly all our details. Because usually the first time you take the color, after take the shape, because there are some miscolor, no? Miscolor, the one by one we have to take the color. Because all our color cannot impact together. So that's why Rupang Patama Chittena Titang Dutiya Chetasa Naman Tatiya Chittena Attam Chatutta Chetasa. The one of the sub-commentary explaining about the process. Example, the last one is the meaning of the object. But first time we are seeing the only rupa, color. After 17 mind movement, the same object going to mind door. Then they combine together in the past. They take the past experience. If I have seen the before, quickly come the result. I never seen before. Then still taking the time. So the important thing that the meaning is coming the last. Between not the 17 mind moment. No. Between 17 mind moment, we are always taking the color and size. The shape. Okay? Shape. Color, shape. When the ear do sound and etc. If any the gross sound or the in which of sound, but the meaning coming from the later, because they are the four after 17 mind movement rising 4 or 5 mind process. Okay, this is the later you can understand, sister, because we have the detail here.
So the sequence is 17 more mind.
Yeah, important.
And
Yeah.
then the 4 conditions.
Yes, for mind process. Yeah, this is we call the not the pure mind process. It is not called not pure mind process. This is the following mind process. It's a following mind process. Why? Those are mind process. Mind also taking the same object, same color object. But now according to here, the mind process. This mind process. Now here, according to mind process, how many conditions there are? 4. Heart base, mental object, bhavanga and attention. Okay, those are 4 conditions only for pure mind process. Okay, only for pure mind process. But every after 5 process arising following mind process. But I'm not talk now, not at all. The following mind process also different condition, but still heart base, not the mental object. It's called color object. It's also bhavanga and attention. Okay, but anyway, we are talking only the 17 moment only now.
It's always 17.
Yeah, always the for the great object. Huh? Very great. For the very great object, only 17 mind moment. No, the more than 17, no less than 17.
Why is it such an exact science?
Yeah, this is the rule. This is because why according to the Citta process, how the object brings how bring the object. Only maximum 17 mind moment. After that, cannot bring more than 17 mind moment, because this is the object when impact to our eye base, they have the limited the impact, only 17. But for the large object, only 15. The less than 17. Okay, this is the rule of the Citta process. But now we are studying according to the book. Okay, but who has the experience of the meditation, especially who are skillful to know the mentally can meditate clearly, at that time they can understand also.
So Bhante, what's the difference between Manodavajana versus the
Panchadvaravajana?
Manasika?
Yeah. Now there are 3 types of manasikara. I already explained before, not now. There are 3 types of manasikara. First one we call mind, the Fido adverting consciousness. Before the eye consciousness, ear, nose, tongue, body, always the Fido adverting consciousness help to the eye base to take the color object. The same way support to ear base, nose base, tongue base, body base. This is called Fido adverting consciousness. Okay. Mind adverting consciousness is called for the pure mind process to heart. Because we are always taking the object from bhavanga. Then when you are taking the object from the bhavanga, who help? Mind process. Mind adverting consciousness helping to take the object from the bhavanga. Okay, this is the 2 meaning. But another one more meaning, before the Javana movement, before Javana, they have the we call the wise attention or unwise attention according to our knowledge. This is what we call one of the attention, manasika. We want the mind. Determine consciousness. Also we call one of the attention. Okay, now maybe the later, when you are studying the process, at the time you can understand clearly. Okay? Okay. Now you know what are the 6 kind of 6 things. Before go to the Citta process, we must understand. Okay, now we can follow our book. Okay, Citta Vīthi book. Now again, according to the book, you can read. You can see the classification of Vīthi, mental process. There are 2 types of mental process. What are the 3? Fido process and Mindo process. Now, do you remember? No? Okay. About the Fido process, according to the strength of object, there are 4 types of Fido process. Now you know, very large object or large object, slight object or very slight object. According to the strength of the object, there are 2 types of Mindo process. Vibhutaramana, clear, Avibhutaram, not clear. Or this is also but according to the English meaning, the clear and not clear means the very common. Clear very can see clearly. Not clear means maybe some blockage or maybe some reason there. But no, not the meaning of the exact meaning of the clear and not clear. But according to the pure Mindo process, now after 7 jhana arising 2 registration mind. Tataramana. If they have the 2 registration mind, it's called clear object. Okay. After 7 jhana, 7 information consciousness, don't have any tadaram, it doesn't bhavanga. It's called not clear object. This is not my point, it's English. English they give the name. They call it English. After the jhana, is there any registration mind? It's called clear object. After jhana, don't have registration mind. Only after 7 jhana rising bhavanga. It's called not clear, no clear object. This is a brief meaning. This one only for the Kamavachara plane. Only for Kamavachara plane. Only for Kamavachara consciousness. When you enter the jhana mind, don't have different between clear or not clear. Don't have the meaning. Why? Definitely, after jhana consciousness, never ever arising registration mind. After jhana consciousness, never ever arising any registration mind. Okay, this one only for the Kamavachara being, means the sensual plane. Okay, now one more thing, the lifespan of mentality. Now you want to know now everyone has a lifespan, no? How many lifespan for the human being now in the current moment? 80, 90. Good. Yeah. If someone can live 80 or 90, it's very good, very big. But there's a maximum 75, around 74, 75. Why? How many years now already passed away our Lord Buddha? How many years now? 2562. 2562. Must remember the Buddha's calendar. This year forget. Yeah. Now when our Lord Buddha's appear in this world, and then how about the lifespan of the human world? 100. Yes, 100. Not end, no? 100 is all. But how the reducing the lifespan? 100 to 1. For the 100 years for the 1. Now after 2,500 except 2,500 years means 25 years have reduced after Lord Buddha passed away. For the current moment, if today's the people, the babies, they have the limited lifespan, only 75. This is also the maximum. But someone can live longer according to his own karma. But same way, they have the lifespan of the mentality. No? There are all consciousness and mental factors have lifespan of mind moment. There are 3 sub-mind moments within the one mind moment. Upada, Vīthi and Bhanga. Arising, standing and perishing. Arising, appearing, present and death, Bhanga. There are 3 sub-mind moments for each mind moment. How many? How about lifespan of the mind moment? There are 3 sub-mind moments. Arising moment, standing moment and perishing moment. But between the two mind, but the space of the two mind, even Lord Buddha also cannot see. Why? Nothing to see between the two mind moment. Very fast. Because now that's why but nowadays not according to Theravada, pure Theravada. Even some Mahayana and Tantrayana, etc. Some other Buddhist religion, they are always explaining they have a gap between the death and patisandhi. The death moment and the rebirth linking moment. They have a gap. The beings are looking the mother's womb, looking the place to burn, to rebirth, reborn, and they always going the world to find the place. It is we call the antara bhava. According to their meaning, it's called antara bhava. They have between another existence, between the death moment and the birth linking moment. There is another existence. It is wrong according to Theravada. Why? According to Theravada, after someone passed away, immediately rebirth to somewhere. We don't know. Example, now someone want to fly to the USA from Singapore. No, my mister, how many hours? Yeah, okay, maybe 20 hours example, 20 hours. But someone after die in the Singapore, immediately he can reborn in the USA. 1 second. Within the 1 second. Very fast. But after passed away, but something going out from our body? Something going out? No. Why now except I don't know, I saw some video. After someone died, something come out, then moving to go to another place. So take time. Within the 1 second cannot happen, no? No, this is a karma. Karma producing another existence, another the place for us. That's why those are things can explain only Buddha very clearly. We cannot explain. We can understand according to the rule of Buddha's teaching. This way, between the two mind movements, don't have any space to see something inside. Don't have any gap. Okay, that's why there are 3 sub-mind movements for the one mind movement. Okay. Now, according to the one sutta, the Anguttara Nikaya explaining about the 3 sub-mind movement for the formation of the mentality, nama sankhara. Same way, formation of the materiality, rupa sankhara. Tinimani bhikkhave sankatassa sankata lakkanani. There are 3 characteristics of the conditions. Define the condition. What are the 3? Uppado panyayati, vayo panyayati, titatta anyatattam panyayati. This is the meaning. There are, I don't understand the meaning. Okay? This is also rising, standing and perishing. Perishing moment. Okay? And now this is a meaning coming from the Lord Buddha. Why is someone, especially for the meditators, if someone want to see when they design the anicca, dukkha and anatta, must understand the 3 states of the sankhara. Without understanding the 3 states of the sankhara, we cannot practice clearly anicca, dukkha and anatta. Okay? What are the 3 states of sankhara? According to the sutta explained, rising, standing and perishing. We must understand. Okay? This one, why we are studying Abhidhamma, especially all our things, especially for the meditate, for the very helpful for our meditation object, to develop our meditation. Okay? Now, same way, lifespan of the materiality or the age of rupa. Now, in the one mind movement, there are 3 sub-mind movements lifespan. For the one rupa, how many mind movements? There are 17. One rupa can live 17 mind movements. But there are 51 sub-mind movements. Okay? That's why when we are designing the nama rupa very clearly can see. But the rupa is better than nama. Because the nama very fast. Sometimes difficult to see clearly. But rupa, we can see very clearly. Each kalapa, how many rupa? And each kalapa, what is each kalapa's name? Everything we can see clearly. Because why? They have the long lifespan compared to the matter. So means the mentality. Okay? Now they have they have explanation of the meaning, but I collect from the Moolan commentary, but you can read by yourself, and especially I want to explain the one Citta process. Yeah, you see? This is a lifespan of 22 type of rupa, 17 mind mode or 51 sub-mind mode. Now, actually we are not yet studying the rupa. Don't think too much about the rupa. Why? What are the 22? What are the 6 Maybe this is a latest question. Please don't ask now. Why? This is the noted study. Okay. But anyway, the lifespan of the Rupa explaining. Now you can understand. No, according to this process. Okay. You can understand. Understand? Okay. This is the three. Arrow, no? Arrow. Yeah, three. The bow. Arrow. Bow. Yeah.
Arrow.
Yeah. Three arrows means the three sub-mind movement. Three sub-mind movement of the one mind movement. Now you can see about the Rupa's lifespan. Okay. Okay. Now this is the main lesson. Now coming to main lesson. Ati Mahanta Rammana Vīthi, process of very large object. Very large object. Now we know what is the very large object. The stage of impingement is very strong. Okay. Also called Tadara. Okay, another name. Tadarammana Vīthi. Why? After 7 Javana mind movement arising to Tadarammana, to registration mind. Because of that, we can call another name, Tadarammana Vīthi. The registration process. Registration process. Now especially Ati Mahantarammana Vīthi, the process of the very large object. This is the main name. But another name is a Tadarammana process. Tadarammana Vīthi. The process feels the complete 17 mind mode of the lifespan of the object. Okay. Now there are 17 mind mode arising according to the object. According to the object. Now one past Atita Bhavanga and 2 Tadarammana arise. Only one past Bhavanga. Only one past life continued consciousness. The last 2 is called Tadarammana. Rest 2 type of registration mind. Has only one possible Vīthi process. There are only one process. Cannot be 2, cannot be 3 or etc. Only one. Because why? The maximum, how many mental factors? So how many the mind movement? There are 17. Because of that, the maximum is 17. Only one process. Because of the large object, very large object can produce only one process. Only one process. Okay. Now they have example. Okay. Now we can see very clearly. It's okay. No problem. Okay. Now we can see. The before the one. This is the Bhavanga. This is the extreme Bhavanga we call. Extreme Bhavanga. This is a normal Bhavanga. Normal Bhavanga. Before we start the process, we don't know how many Bhavanga arising. After process also we don't know how many Bhavanga. This is what we call extreme Bhavanga. The normal Bhavanga. This is always without the object. Always Bhavanga arising. After that, first Atita Bhavanga. First past Bhavanga. Then after second vibrating Bhavanga Charana we call. Vibrating Bhavanga. Number third, arresting Bhavanga Upacheda. Those are 3 Bhavanga also same they are taking the same object. But those are Bhavanga's object, not the present color object. Now example, this is the object is the colors. Okay, this color object example. When the color object impinges to your eye base, same moment impinges your heart base. At that arising, first Atita Bhavanga. After that arising, vibrating Bhavanga and the arresting Bhavanga. When the color object impinges your eye base, same moment in between your heart, your bhavanga. At that time, the stream, but I cannot appear the stream bhavanga anymore. Then we call the Atira bhavanga and bhavanga chala and bhavanga upacheda. Okay? After that, there is number P. P we call Panchadvara Vachana. 5 to adverting consciousness. It is called attention mind. This is the attention mind called to give the chance for the number 5. Chakko Vijnana. For the eye consciousness. Now, without supporting of the 5 to adverting consciousness, cannot appear the eye consciousness. Now, example now. Now you are reading the book or you are meditating. Okay? Someone going, coming. But your attention only for looking the book or reading the book. You are focused in the meditation. But someone going, coming. But you don't want to see. At the time, 5 to adverting consciousness not arising. But still the object impinge to the eye base and to the bhavanga. That's why bhavanga chalana also bhavanga atita bhavanga bhavanga are arising. But cannot appear the arresting bhavanga and 5 to adverting consciousness. But you are focusing only one object. Understand? This is a practical, try to give the meaning. Okay? The Chakko Vijnana. After Chakko Vijnana, eye consciousness, now again the color object impinges eye. Then eye consciousness arising. Then after that, this object receiving the receiving consciousness arises in the heart base. We go some partition. Number 6. After the investigating consciousness arising in the heart base. Sound clearness. After that, determining consciousness arising. Vattapana. Now, Vattapana is called wise or unwise attention according to the object. Example, now someone taking a Buddha image. Okay? This Buddha image is a wholesome object. Then the according to the Buddha image, the Vattapana moment is wise attention. Then after Vattapana arising, 7 type of javana. This is a kusala javana. This is a great kusala. Wholesome kusala. The happiness kusala. Joyful kusala arising. Okay? After that arising to registration mind, tadaramana. This is we call Ati Mahantaramana process. The process of very large object. Very large object. After last registration mind arising stream bhavanga, the normal bhavanga. Okay? But within the one process, we cannot understand what we are seeing, what we are hearing. But after 17 moment, arising, following mind of process. I told you before. But first you try to get the brief meaning of this, the process. And later, they have another lesson explaining the deeply how we understand, how we get the exactly meaning. Exact meaning. Okay? Now, this is for the normal person. For the Arahat example. Arahat also taking the Buddha image. Now, example, the Bhante Sariputta always going to do the service for the Buddha. Okay? The author, he is seeing the Buddha. At that moment also arising same. Bhavanga, Chalana, Upacheda, etc. 3 Bhavanga. After that, the 5 to adverting consciousness, eye consciousness, Sampatika Santiyena Vottapana also wise attention. Then Kiriya functional, the Javana. Javana is functional. Only Kiriya. No wholesome, no unwholesome. For the Arahat. After the Arahat, 2 registration mind. And noble Bhavanga. Example for the non-Buddhist. Okay, those are people also can see the Buddha image, but they are not happy. After seeing the Buddha image, they are not happy. Maybe they want to criticize or they want to destroy. Then after seeing the Buddha image, same way arising totally the Vottapana want the unwise attention. Then arises Akusala Javana. Akusala Javana to Tadarama. Okay?
Okay, is this just in the blink of eyes or do I count 17? It's like 17 seconds.
Sorry? This
This series of thoughts.
This is the eye process. Idle process.
Yeah, I'm asking how fast actually. Is it just in the blink of an eye or is this like, do I count like 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, count to 17?
Very good question. But within the 1 second, how many mind movement can arise? How many million? Yeah, in the one of the comment explained that the more than 1 million. More than 1 million mind movement arises within the 1 second.
In a snap of a finger, it's millions, right?
Yeah.
So this 17 is
inside the 1 million.
Is inside this 1 million.
Yeah.
So it's really quick.
Very quick. We cannot catch that, but we are understand this way. This is a process, but we cannot catch exactly the process. Very fast. Meditator also can understand but according to his concentration. Someone possible, someone also can understand roughly, cannot get the detail.
Not to this microscope.
Sorry?
Not to this microscope.
Oh, cannot. Because why this is arupa. This is not the vision object. This is a mind object. This is not there for the eye, ear, nose cannot see. This is also only meditation can see by mind. But this is also. That's why nowadays about the science those are people cannot understand this one, cannot image because they are not believe. Because why don't have any machine to sit there to catch this meaning. To understand this one, don't have any machine. Yeah, they cannot produce machine also. But there is one machine is the vipassana knowledge. It is also the only one machine to see this one. Yeah.
So assuming someone has evil thoughts in one snap of a finger, there's already 7 javanas.
More than 7 javanas, 1 million.
Yeah, exactly. So if I multiply that, by a second, 60 seconds.
Yeah, that's why now you can understand. Now you want to see this flower. Within the 1 second, maybe you can see. But the 1 million mind moment already appears, arises to see this flower. Yeah. Because this is now example the water stream going past. No, we cannot stop. This is same way the mind process going past. But there's no between the process arising the bhavanga, the stream bhavanga. We don't know how many bhavanga.
But then where does intention comes in then? I mean, we always say you set the intention because ultimately that is the Abhidhamma, right? So where does that come in?
Intention means this intention here, the karma intention.
So what starts at point number 8?
Yeah, point 8. Yeah, this is the karma start to produce from here, from 9. From 9 to until 15.
Right. So the intention will be at number 8 or at point number 1?
Number 9 from start now. Well, intention, everywhere have intention.
Yeah.
The intention have, but there are different consciousness. Those are not the example, now you see this sign, the V. V means vipaka. Vipaka means the resultant. Okay? This is resultant mind. Sorry, resultant. So therefore, Pa-Auk also resultant. I consciousness, some part is the all resultant. Means this is because the P is our karma. Example, now you can see the great teachers now. Example now. But everyone cannot see the great teachers. But you are lucky, you can see. Means you already done the good also in the past. Because of that, this is happening here. Present, the great teachers appear in front of you. This is also the preparing this is vipaka mind. Now, unconsciousness, vipaka. Why? You can see the great teacher. Because of the great teacher, after that, rising the Uttapana moment and rising the Javana is a wholesome. After Uttapana is Javana wholesome. Okay? Now, these flowers, okay? Now you have grow the flowers in your house. First time, after seeing the flowers, you are very happy. Oh, very nice, very beautiful. But every day you can see the same flowers become normal, become upekka. But this is a upekka and the happiness not in the object. You are taking the object is happiness. Always can produce the happiness. Always people, this is the nature of the object is the produce the happiness. Itta rammana. But according to the people, according to our own perception, the view can change the quality of the object. Okay. Now the example. Now I am Buddhist monk. Okay. I want to always develop the peaceful mind, calm mind, to develop my monk life. So when I see the unreligious people, I have to send the light kind of metaphor there. Because I don't want to fight, don't want to get angry. But example now, one more thing. When I see the poor people, beggar, we cannot criticize, we cannot blame. If I blame, very easy to appear the unwholesome. But after seeing those are people, actually, those are people is the ugly object. The nature of the object is ugly. Very easy to appear the hatred, akusala mind. But who know the Dhamma, then they can send method, they can control the good way. But now all the time we have to understand nature of the object. This is very important. There are the Atittaramana. Atittaramana means very desirable object. Ittaramana, desirable object. Anittaramana, indesirable, undesirable object. Anittaramana. Okay? This is a three especially. But Atittaramana can be Ittamajjataramana. Ittaramana also can be Ittamajjataramana. Example now. Okay. Sorry to say like this, sir. Now this is a Buddha image here. First time after seeing Buddha, you are very happy. You are pay respect all the time. But you are doing some activity here. All the time you cannot pay respect. But no, you don't have any unrespect mind. But this object become equivalent. Okay? This is called Ittamajjataramana. So same with the flower. Also, after seeing the many times, become the equal object. Neutral, so neutral mind. Neutral. The Anittaramana also. All this Anitta object, undesirable object, can produce a hatred mind. This is the nature of the object, but we can control. Example now, we are meditators. After we seeing the pieces of the dog or maybe the human, Okay, maybe urinate. Okay, but this is a bad smell. Very easy to get hatred mind, dosa. But meditators, when they are taking the object, those objects can become meditation object for us. We can do the infalsion method, asubha, can practice. That's why, first of all, you want to know the nature of the object. It's very important. Okay?
Because I relate this nature object to doubt. And this, we may not have object, but we know doubt of Buddha's qualities. Doubt. Buddha qualities.
Means
image is just image.
Yeah, but means the according to our understanding, because someone don't know exactly the clear meaning of the quality of the Buddha. Who has the knowledge of the meaning of the quality? He has a deep faith for the Buddha. Anyway, that's why the one day, one of the beggar, he always taking the food around the Savatthi city, and he has some rash also in the body, but nobody give him the food. One day he automatically went to Jetavana monastery. At that moment, Lord Buddha was giving the Dhamma talk for the people. Then he also start listening Dhamma in front of the door. But he cannot enter the inside because so many people, audience there. But Lord Buddha focusing only him. Because he has the previous good karma. After the listening Dhamma, he can reach to the Nibbana. Then Lord Buddha focusing him. Then Lord Buddha gave Dhamma. At the end of Dhamma talk, he became Sotapatti. Okay? He's bigger, but Saka. Saka, you know? The Sakadeva. He always looking the human world. Lucky, no? Only during the Buddha's time. Not now. Yeah, nowadays he don't want to looking us. We also have so many difficulties to living in this world. So many people disturb for us. But Saka don't want to help. This is our karma. Anyway, the Saka always looking the people. Then Saka, he convert his life beyond the normal life. Then he stand in front of the beggar. Ask, oh, you're a beggar. I can give you whatever you need. Food, water, property, house, everything. Please, tell. Never mind Buddha. Never mind Dhamma. I don't mind the Sangha. I don't want to follow. Except you can say, the beggar, before he doesn't know the meaning of the Buddha. But after that, no, I don't know this. I refuge, I go to the Buddha by refuge in the whole life until death. I go to the Dhamma, refuge, by refuge until death. Same way he explained. Why? Before he don't understand the Buddha, but later after he reached to the Sotapatti, fruition knowledge, then appear the great mind, because he knows the deep meaning of the Buddha. So this is a different case. But now someone, after studying the Buddha's teaching, after studying the quality of the Buddha, then he has lot of faith. At that time, he has the deep consciousness, deep conscious mind can easily arise after seeing the Buddha image. The someone don't have the background, the Dhamma knowledge. Okay? But he has the generation, the traditional the experience, or maybe generation to generation, because of Mama, Papa. Or maybe someone introduced us, this is the Buddha. But at that our faith not stable. Very easy to say. Very easy to. That's why I have heard some the great donors nowadays. Some sometimes they are very much held for the sasana. But their background, first the Mahayana or different way. But later they see the good qualities monk and the good qualities the practitioner. Then they have faith. Oh, I after offer thing I can get the good result in present moment. Who has like this mind? Then they are going to offer many things, whatever bhikkhu need, whatever sasana need, but karma not mature, not happening, not rival, not coming true in this life. Then very easy to fail his faith. Now I also have one experience, not only one, many. A few years ago, one of the Muslim, the boy, he's a very good kappiya. Actually, he married one of the Buddhist girl in Sri Lanka. Then he has the faith for the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, but not stable. But anyway, he following the bhikkhus, the rule, and he knows how to do service for the Sangha. Then one day, one of the bhikkhu, after associating that person, that bhikkhu always asks many kind of things from him. Necessary thing and unnecessary thing also. Always make trouble for him. Later, he ran away from the sasana. Now, until now, he no more Buddhism. Why? Those of you, their faith not stable. They are very new for the sasana. Same way, now also we can see some of your friend who has the new faith for the sasana. Who has new faith for the sasana. Those are people's faith not stable. But we have to give the Dhamma knowledge for them to strengthen their faith. Otherwise, they also run away. And one more thing. When we are offering and when we are associating the sasana, you have to keep good mind. When you are offering something for the Buddha, Dhamma or Sangha, don't wait result immediately. Because someone thinks the result immediately. After offering immediately we cannot get result now. That take time. Maybe not this year, maybe future life. Anyway, we have to keep faith for the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. I'm supporting for the sasana only. I'm not going to find their own character of the bhikkhu. Because if you are going to check the own character of the bhikkhus, difficult to stand your mind in the sasana anymore. Very difficult. But they are different character. This is their personal problem. We cannot change the personal idea, personal behavior. But we have to keep the faith for the Buddha, Dhamma and quality of the Sangha. That's this way, brother. Now we have the new faith for the Buddha, but we have to get the deep meaning to establish our faith. At that time we can get the more wholesome. We can cultivate more wholesome. Then we can cultivate the more wholesome the mind movement. Okay? Anything else?
I always confuse with this desirable object and undesirable object. So say for example physics.
Yeah, example. In the world people, they decide. Okay? Yeah, they already explain this is a desirable, means the clear and pure object is desirable object. Example of flowers, cloth, houses, car, all are things, all are desirable.
So it is determined by the object.
Object. And because our object, this is the nature of the object. Nature of the object.
If I hate it, but it is still desirable object.
Okay.
If I don't like it,
Hate.
hate.
Doesn't like.
Yeah.
Doesn't like.
Can be.
That is still a desirable
Can be undesirable object.
What I mean is that, like if I don't like the
Yeah. This is your own perception.
Yeah, but
But
the object is still desirable.
It's still desirable. Still desirable. Yes, we cannot change the nature of the object. We cannot change. But we can change our mind. Okay?
Can I say all this because of concepts? We build concept of things, name. So this one is impermanent one. So we will feel better if it's just talking about ordinary reality.
Yeah, but brother, the all are impermanent, all are concepts. It's right. But according to the explanation and according to the living the world, we need those are things. But we have to understand only. But example now, brother know that those are flaws impermanent. Okay, I also know. But if I going to tell you the sale of the flower, it's all impermanent. Why you are selling this one? Very easily get angry. Okay, but the understanding Dhamma for us only, and who want to know the pure Dhamma, we can share with them only, not for others. But even our Lord Buddha also, when he's talking with the people, sometimes he used the concept word, panyati word. So he said, yeah, I am the Buddha. But Lord Buddha, no need to tell because I am is like attachment word, no? If someone says I am is an attachment word. But Lord Buddha sometimes told, I am the Buddha. Then the before the first Dhamma sermon, the Dhammacakka, then on the way, Lord Buddha met the ascetic, we call the Upaka. Then after seeing the Lord Buddha's behavior, he asked, "Oh, you look like very nice, very calm. Who is your teacher? Which kind of Dhamma you are following?" He asked few questions. The Lord Buddha mentioned, "Aham hi araha loke, aham satta anuttaro." I am the arahat in the world. Aham satta anuttaro. I am the great teacher in the world. Ekomi samma sambuddho. I am the alone that became enlightenment. And the Lord Buddha, I am. Because why? If Lord Buddha said, all are impermanent in this world, nobody living there. If he say like this, he will difficult to understand, no? Yeah, run away. But lucky, after listening, he said, oh. Then after few versions, the Pali Gatha, Pali poem, he said, oh, maybe he has the Buddha's name, but Lord Buddha don't want to give the name, give the quality. After he may, oh, this is your Ananta Jina. He give the name, Ananta Jina. Then after a few years, maybe after, I forget after maybe 10 or 20 years, then Lord Buddha know that he's coming back to Sasana again. But at that time Lord Buddha told the bhikkhus, one day, one of the ascetic coming to ask who is the Ananta Jina? Please bring to me. Because when the other bhikkhus don't know that Lord Buddha has another name, Ananta Jina. But Lord Buddha, no, he's calling only Ananta Jina. If someone says, no, Ananta Jina don't have here, only Buddha, he also cannot find. He's finding only Ananta Jina. And this way, Lord Buddha also used the Panyati word. But important thing to understand. There is a same object also. Okay? But we cannot change the nature of the object, but we can change our mind. Why?
Father, I have another question about the mind moments. So I wonder which of the mind moment actually decides whether it's a kusala or kusala.
Javana, JJ, between 1915.
Yeah, but I mean, those are. But is it the Votapana or the?
Yeah, Votapana is like example, brothers. You see that Votapana is like junction. There are two ways. This is a junction. Now junction means there are one way for the unwholesome, one for the wholesome way. This is the Votapana moment. Always turn mind to the wholesome or unwholesome.
So the Vūtapana mind is the one.
Functional. Yeah. This is one of the important concepts, but still the functional mind. Not the kusala, not the akusala, not the vipaka. This is functional mind.
Whether the jhavana will be wholesome or unwholesome is decided at the Vūtapana.
Yeah, Vūtapana is decided. Vūtapana is decided. Deciding the Vūtapana. Without Vūtapana cannot appear the jhavana.
And because the previous the Chakku Vijnana and then Sapati Santiana, those are Vipaka mind, so it's from the previous karma.
Yeah, previous karma
mind.
Yes.
So, but that's Vūtapana mind.
Functional.
So this can be decided at without affected by previous karma.
Oh, this is according to previous karma is arising this Vūtapana mind. According to the according to Chakku, Sampati Santiana arising the Vūtapana. According to the nature of the object arising the Vūtapana moment.
Then how come is Kiriya mind?
Because why the Vūtapana is one of the attention mind. Attention. Because this is also cannot be karma mind. Cannot be resultant mind. This is a function. Only the function, the action. Only action they are doing. Only action. But not the karma, not the vipaka.
So the Panchadvara, that one is also a function.
Yeah, function. This is attention mind.
So it is not affected by, it can not affected by karma. It can be like you can do it or not.
Oh no! Without two functional mind cannot appear the process.
But then there's no one man. One man is like. So, for example, I think you gave an example of while you're meditating, you concentrate on the mind. Then when the eye base comes in, then it doesn't arise. Like the eye base comes because we're focusing so much on the meditation objects, so that the color base does not arise in the bhavana.
Yeah. So, when you are meditating, when you focus in the breath, but at that time, someone coming. You can see some the blur. Yeah. Okay, but exactly this color not impinge your eye, but impinge to the heart. Sometimes the atita past bhavanga or vibrating bhavanga arising, but cannot appear the arresting bhavanga. If arresting bhavanga means you are taking the object already. The process starts to go somewhere. Okay, but you are focusing only breath continuously, but you don't want to see the moving the object means only the object want to impinge to the heart and to the eye.
So that it cannot impinge.
Yeah, because you are focusing deeply the object. You are taking the mind already taking the object. And then they impinge the blur object coming you stop your meditation, going to take stop but the same one movement cannot appear two objects, the two mind movement. Okay, but so that you have to understand the blur object is coming. The object want to impinge to the eye and the bhavanga, but because it's strong. Focus on the meditation object cannot. And then when the impinge the object to eye and to the bhavanga, then arising the three bhavanga. After that, Fido adverting consciousness, definitely arising eye consciousness. Without permission of the Fido adverting consciousness cannot appear eye consciousness. Okay.
So that is the function of the part
function cannot be wholesome, cannot be unwholesome.
So that one can choose whether it allows the other like the eye base or whatever. So if it decide not to allow it to rise, or it decides it can allow it to rise. So it's okay, same form. But the others, like the eye consciousness and the sampatichana, it cannot choose. It just goes.
Yeah, they're following the object.
Oh, so the other two, the function mind doesn't have to follow the object.
The Panchadvara is also following the same object, color object. Because of the color object arise in the 5 to 8. Also following the color object.
But it does not let?
Huh?
But where's the function then?
Function is that between the eye consciousness and the LST bhavanga. Then example now, brother. You know forget the spider.
Spider.
Yeah, spider, not spider. Spider make the house, the net. Okay. But he's staying in one of the place. But he always looking the whole his whole. The whatever bead or dust come into his face, immediately he can catch. The same way, Fido adverting consciousness always look in the 5 base: eye, ear, nose, tongue, body. When the object coming, always he give the chance. Okay, it's object coming to take the eye. The same moment, sometimes object coming for the ear. Okay, give the chance for ear. For example, now you are listening the music. Okay, they are listening music, but someone want to talk with you. But you don't want to talk. You want to listen to music. Fido advertise always give chance only for listening to music, not give the chance for the talk with the people, to listen to his other word. This is this action we cannot say wholesome or unwholesome or the resultant. This is the function. This is the present moment. This is not the previous result, not the previous karma. This is a functional mind. The same way is worked upon also. Okay.
Need to see myself.
Yeah, need to see our previous note. Okay, this is the chapter 4. Chapter 1 and chapter 7 you are missing. Okay.
So in our daily lives, when we dislike or like certain things, that object could be a free object. Is there a connection there? That means when we have like and dislike something in our daily life, that object is also a great object. Can I?
You like or not like?
Yeah, when I have a like and dislike.
Yeah, like and dislike. But according to the object, according to your like or dislike, we cannot say this object is large. Example, you like these flowers. Can be you dislike these flowers. But the nature of the flowers is Citta. But we are taking the object, changing the large or slight. But the object cannot produce the large or the slight.
It's the impact.
Impact. Very the sensitive meaning. Very smooth. Okay? We need a very sharp understanding between the sentence, between the object, between the action. Yeah. But anyway, when you are free, after you read those things, you try to apply your daily life. Or maybe you can sit one place, you cross to your eye, you can remind again and again, you can try to get the meaning. And then you can understand, Or this time, this is an object. This is a very large object. Or this time, large object. You can understand. But you need the detail. You need this. Okay? Okay? Now the time already come. Shall minutes. Recite after me. Okay. Idame punyang asavakkayang vahang hotu idame punyang nibbanassa paccayo hotu mama punya bhagang sabba sattanang bhajemi te sabbe me samang punya bhagang labhantu sadhu sadhu sadhu.